Hello and welcome to my channel, Crochet and Copy. My name is Judy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely beanie with pom-pom. I think it came out really nice. It's an easy project to do, very simple. If you get the hang of it, great, because you could do others. I want to show you two. I did others with the same pattern and I did different. This yarn was the light 3, so you're aware of it. Pom-pom I made by hand. That's the difference with this one. And also too, because when we do it, the pattern, I don't join at the end of each round. So you do get, when you change color, you do get that little different gap between. If you're fine with that, that's fine with the changing of the colors. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. This other one I made. Also, this is the other one I made. It's smaller. It's the same pattern. I just did less rows. And it's also with the light 3 yarn. And I wanted to show you too, because in this tutorial, I'm not going to show you how to use the actual pom-pom maker. I had a previous tutorial, I'll show you that. And this is the size of the pom-pom that I use in that tutorial. Everything is the same when you use the pom-pom maker. And just wanted to show you the size difference for the one we have here. That's what, when I show you the supplies, you will see the difference with the supply. Okay, so you're aware of that. So this is just a smaller version, less rows. Okay, and the pom-pom maker, I'm not going to show you how to do that in this tutorial, but I'll show you how to actually add the pom-pom in this tutorial. With this beanie had the pattern of, at the end of each round, you join and you chain 1. And I got this row right here, so you could see the difference. I could pick it out. I don't know if you could see it that well. So I opt not to use that pattern of you join and chain at the end of every round, because I don't like that look of it. And that's why I'm going to do the pattern. I'm going to show you how to do it without joining and that chain 1. So that's it. Okay, so the pattern is the same. It's just, if you want to make your beanie smaller, just do less rows of the increase and do less rows of where we do that 1 row of repeat. Okay, so just so you know. So before we get started, I wanted to share the measurement of our beanie. We come around, so it's 22 inches with the circumference of the beanie, and let's do the top as best as we can get it straight. So it's like 8 inches. Okay, so these are supplies we're going to be using to make our pom-pom beanie. I go over them with you. The yarn that we're using is from the Caron Jumbo. It's 595 yards. We're not going to use all of that, of course, but just let you know, medium 4, and it's the blue raspberry. So that's our yarn. Our hook is the US H8. It's the 5.00 millimeter. I'm going to be using a yarn needle, stitch marker, and we're going to be using the Clover brand of our pom-pom maker. We're going to be using the larger one in our package. It's the 3 3/8 inches. Okay, so you're aware of that. So that's from our pom-pom maker. And lastly, our scissors. So these are our supplies. So let's get started. We're going to start off with an adjustable ring. So to do the adjustable ring, I take the yarn and I drape it over my 2 fingers and let it fall to the back. I take my hook, put it between my fingers, and I pull up a loop, and there you go. I have a loop on my hook and a little tail and a little circle. So that's what we're going to start with. And we're going to chain 1. And the chain 1 is not a count as a stitch. It's just to hold our adjustable ring in place. So now we have to put 12 double crochet into our little adjustable ring. I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to yarn over. And this is to do the double crochet. Go into your little circle, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull across the first 2 loops, and then to complete the double crochet, yarn over and pull across the last 2 loops we have on our hook. And that's it. And now we're going to start putting with our stitch marker in that first stitch, okay? So put that stitch marker right there in our first stitch. Now I'll show you again, because remember we need 12, okay? So yarn over, go into your little adjustable ring, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull across the first 2, yarn over, to complete it, pull across the last 2. That's how you do a double crochet. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, go into your little adjustable ring, pull up a loop of yarn, yarn over, pull across the first 2, and then yarn over, pull across the last 2. And that's how you do a double crochet. So we need 12 of them, okay? So do it 12, and when you finish with the 12, I'll show you what to do next. So that's how we look when we did 12, because if you count them, if you could see them to count them, of course our stitch marker will be the first one, and then you have here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close up our little adjustable ring, and the tail that you had, you just pull on it and it will tighten up, close up. There you go. Isn't that nice? So that's it for round 1. So we're going to start round 2. And of course, to complete round 1, you have your 12 stitches, okay? So take out your stitch marker. And for that, where we took out our stitch marker, we're going to put 2 double crochet. Because that's the pattern for round 2. For in each stitch from round 1, we're going to put 2 double crochet. And you know how to do the double crochet because you did it. So remember, yarn over and go into that stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops, pull across the first 2, yarn over to complete it, and pull across the last 2, and that's it. And of course, remember, always put back your stitch marker in that first stitch of that round that we're doing. So in that same stitch we just did that double crochet, we're going to put another one, okay? Go right back there, and another one we're going to put right there. So that's the pattern for round 2. All right, so the next one, your same stitch, you're going to put right there, you're going to put 2 double crochet. All right, so that's one, next one right there, and then if you can see, the next one will be right here. So you put 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and when you finish that, I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. Okay, okay, so we made it to the end of round 2. And remember, we're not joining at the end of our round, okay? So you're aware of it. So we increase with 2 double crochet in each stitch. So we have our 24 stitches, okay, at the completion of round 2. So make sure you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, to make sure you get your 24 stitches at the completion of round 2. Okay, to start round 3 now, take out stitch marker, and for that first stitch right there, we're just going to do 1 double crochet. Put your stitch marker back in so we don't lose our spot. And for the next stitch right here, we're going to put 2 double crochet. So that's 1. Go back into that same stitch and put another double crochet. So that's the pattern for round 3. I'll show you again. The first stitch, we're going to put just 1 double crochet. In the next following stitch, the next one, you're going to put 2 double crochet. So that was 1, and that's 2. All right. So the pattern for round 3, you're going to do 1 double crochet, the next stitch 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So I'll meet you back when you reach to the stitch marker for round 3. So we made it to the end of round 3, and we increased. And make sure you finish off with that last stitch with the 2 double crochet, and that will give us 36 stitches. So make sure you count them before we move on, and you have 36 stitches. Now to start round 4, take out a stitch marker, and for that first stitch we're going to just put 1 double crochet, put back our stitch marker, and the next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet, and this is the pattern for round 4. And the next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochet in that same stitch. So that's 1, go back down into that same stitch. So that's it. So that's the pattern. Show you one more time. So the first 2 stitches we're going to put 1 double crochet, so that's 1. The next stitch right here, we'll put another double crochet, and then the next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochet in that same stitch. And that's it for the pattern for round 4. So I'll show you the next set will be 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. On the stitch right here, that will be the 2 double crochet. So keep on working with that pattern to get back to the stitch marker, and I'll meet you there. So this is how we're looking so far, and this is the end of round 4. And of course you finish off with your 2 double crochet with their pattern around. Make sure you count them before you move on, and you have the right number, because you know if you go to the next round it will mess you up. You would realize, okay, I did that round different. So make sure you count them, and you're going to have, at the end of round 4, you're going to have your 48 stitches. And now to start round 5, take out our stitch marker, and for the first 3 stitches we're going to put 1 double crochet. So put your stitch marker back in. So that's our first one. So the next 2, and we put 1 double crochet, and then for the next we'll put where we increase, we're going to put 2 double crochet, and that's the pattern for round 5. So I'll show you again. The first 3, you're just going to put 1 double crochet. This will be our last one. And then for the next, you're going to put 2 double crochet. So that's the pattern for round 5. So the next set will be 1, 2, 3. You put the 1 double crochet, and then the following you put the 2 double crochet. So when you complete that for round 5 and meet back at the stitch marker, I'll show you what to do next. So we made it to the end of round 5. And of course you're going to finish off with your 2 double crochet, and with the completion of round 5 we have our 60 stitches. Okay, so that's for round 5. So now for round 6, and this will be our last round of increasing. Okay, for that first stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet. Let me just put my stitch marker back in. Okay, so now the pattern for round 6 is the first 9 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to just do 1 double crochet. So work with that, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so we did that for 9 times by putting 1 double crochet. So the next stitch, and this of course is the pattern for round 6, you're going to put 2 double crochet. That's it. All right, so again the pattern for round 6 is for the first 9 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. you're going to do 1 double crochet. And then after that, you put the next stitch will be your increase. It will be your 2 double crochet into that stitch. So keep on working with that pattern around, and when you get to the stitch marker, I'll meet you there and I'll show you what to do next. We complete round 6 and we have our 66 stitches because we end off with our 2 double crochet at the last stitch. So we increase, and this is our last round of increase. Okay, so make sure you have your 66 stitches, and that's our pattern for round 6. So now the pattern for round 7 and all the way till you get up to round 15 is we're not increasing, so we're just going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So you're going to always have your 66 stitches. Okay, so that's for round 7. Remember to put your stitch marker back in round 7 to round 15. So I'll meet you there. So it's just 1 double crochet all the way around. So when you finish round 15, I'll meet you there. So this is how we look when we get all the way up to round 15, and we did that pattern for 9 times, 9 rounds, with just putting 1 double crochet in each of our stitch. So this is how we look. Now to start round 16, we're going to do the same pattern for round 16 and 17, and those are our 2 last rounds we got to do. We're going to put 1 single crochet in each of our stitches. Okay, so you will have your still 66 stitches. So take out our stitch marker, and a single crochet is you go into that stitch and you pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, you pull across, and that's it. That's how to do a single crochet. But of course we put back our stitch marker so we don't lose our spot. I'll show you again. So go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull across. It's the single crochet. Go into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull across with 2 loops on your hook, and that's it. One more time. Go into that stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull across. So that's it. That's all you need to do for round 16 and round 17. So 2 rounds, and when you finish that, I'll show you what to do next. So that's it. We made it up to the end of round 17, and we did those 2 rounds with the 1 single crochet. So now we're going to fasten off. So we're going to pull up a nice size tail. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut it off, and also my yarn needle, and I'm going to show you how we're going to hide our tail. Okay, so now I have my yarn needle attached, and right where our stitch marker is, we're going to take our stitch marker out, and we're going to go with our yarn needle right there like we were going to put another single crochet in. Pull it, and then turn our hat, because we're working inside. We're going to go inside of our hat to hide it. So now where our yarn is coming from, that stitch, we're going to go right in the middle of it. So if you say this is the, because it's facing us now, this will be considered the back loop, and this will be the front loop. So go right between them. I use the back loop, and we're just going to hide. See, pull it down and give it a tug, because what we're trying to do, we're trying to make it look like we did another single crochet, if you could see. Okay, so turn it back towards me, and that's all we're going to do. We're just going to hide it inside. I'm going to pick up a few stitches as I go along. Okay, so I went a couple of times, so I think that did it. Should hold it nicely. So now we're just going to cut off that extra piece, and that's it. That's how we look when we finish off. So this is our pom-pom when we finish doing it and giving it a haircut. this is how it looks when we use the pom-pom maker. So with our pom-pom, we have our 2 tails. When we complete using, of course, I remember I told you I wasn't going to show you how to make it, the pom-pom in this tutorial, but check out again the next tutorial and it shows you. So I'm just going to do 1, and we're going to go to the top, and this is the outside of our beanie, and I'm just going to go not in the center but to the side and just bring it inside. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other tail, okay? For the other tail, I'm just going to line it up as best as I can, but of course not in the middle, remember, of our beanie, but go to the side when we did our adjustable ring, and then we're going to bring it in because we want to give it a couple of knots so it stays secure. See, it's a little to that side, okay? Right there. So this is our tail we had when we first started. I just wanted to show you how to attach a pom-pom, so I'm going ahead and weave it in. So you could go ahead and weave it in before you attach the pom-pom. It's all up to you. So now that we have the 2 tails, I'm just going to give it a couple knots. And this is just to secure our pom-pom. So just go ahead and do a couple knots. Okay, so I attach my yarn needle to one of the pom-pom tail, and I'm just going to weave it in. It's basically the same process we did. We're doing it inside, okay? Okay, I think that's enough, so that's it. So I'm going to only show you how to do this one and go ahead and tuck in the other tails. And that's it. So that's it. We're finished doing our ends, tucking in all our ends and our beanie. We finished making it, and the pom-pom, I think it came out so beautiful, so nice. I love it, I love it. Came out really good. That's it. We're finished making our pom-pom beanie. Thank you for watching. I had fun doing it, and I hope you had fun making it with me. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.